Hey y'all, I have a bin of new stuff. So I thought I would sit down and just do an old-fashioned haul video. You're gonna see this stuff appear on my channel going forward into the new year. So I figured I would sit down and show y'all what I got so I don't have to say, I got this in the fall of 2023. That, and it's just fun to show off new stuff, especially when there's this much of it. So let's get into it. All right, so let's start with tools, get those out of the way. I got some new brushes. Oh, and some new palettes. So during the Sephora sale, all of the Sephora products, including their brushes and tools, were 30% off. So I went a-hunting because there are certain shapes and sizes that I don't have that I'd been wanting. One of them is like a good, fluffy, light but tapered powder brush. And this one's kind of pinched at the ferrule, which I find fantastic for just all over the face. All over the face, bronzing, blending out all of it. It's a really good size. So it's about the palm of my hand. The brushes themselves are kind of plastic. They're lightweight compared to something like, not you, the BK brushes. They have that same outer feeling, but this one just feels heavier. It feels a little bit more luxury. That being said, I have no problem with this brush. I also wanted to get something kind of short and stubby for my cream bronzers, specifically my Phytosurgence bronzers. They're a really interesting formula that kind of seals over, and you need something that's going to be able to kind of work the product into the bristles and then buff it on. This is the only one I found that works. This is the 88. I don't know if I mentioned the other brush that's right in front of me. This is the Sephora 50 and this is the Sephora 88. So it's kind of domed and stubby, but it's got a little movement to it. It's got some nice softness at the top of the bristles, and it does exactly what I need it to do. It gets in those bronzers, and I just can pick up enough to where it appears on my skin, but it's not over concentrating. It blends it out so it's not like patchy and clingy. Yeah, I would definitely say that these two brushes were worth it. Refer also had a sale, and I picked up 2 more tubes of their lightweight moisture cream, which the current one I have going looks like that. And I have gone through many a tube of that stuff. I also picked up another 05 from Refer. All of their brushes were 50% off. And I saw this and I was like, I love my 05. It has been well used and well loved. Okay, I picked up 2 of these Mob Beauty 6-pan palettes. I was watching Khaki and she mentioned that the Salt New York pans fit in these. I have three of these gray palettes full of Salt New York products, but I don't see them and I can't see through them, so my brain doesn't process what's in them. It's just part of my ADHD. Things just disappear if I don't see them. I picked one up intending to put my Salt New York stuff in it. The only problem is the new Salt New York pans are square, just like the old ones. But, and this is the problem I run into, is these are not magnetic, and I thought they were. And I've tried cutting up small magnets to put them in there, and it just doesn't work. If I want to keep this flat on my desk, except for when the lid is closed. So this is an old pan, and you can see that those edges are round. This is one of the new pans, and those edges are very sharply squared off. So they don't fit in this palette. They just don't. So here's the palette. Here's the pan. It just doesn't fit. So I'm contemplating returning one of these. This one I am going to hang on to and use because I want to see these products on my desk. I can travel with this. I'm not that worried about it. If I'm worried about it busting open, I can tape it shut a little bit. It'll be fine. I'm a little disappointed that this only fits the old pans and it's not magnetic. However, I love that it's clear and I can see right through it, and therefore I can give these pans more attention. One of the brands that I have recently developed a bit of an infatuation with is Fleur. They make really beautiful, ethereal fragrances. You almost can't smell them if you sample them in Sephora, because Sephora is so full of other perfumes. Like if you've got Fleur next to Gucci and Viktor and Rolf and all of those other fragrances that are just scent bombs, these are going to be overshadowed. However, if you really want to get the feel, if you want to get the feeling of how one of these lays on your skin and works with your body chemistry, I would go in the store, spray it, and walk out, and then let it sit for like half an hour. And eventually you're going to smell and feel how it works on your skin. I had intended to buy Tangerine Boy. I put it on and I walked around for about 45 minutes doing some other shopping. And I got to the checkout and I realized I smelled like cilantro, which is not my jam. So I went back and I did some more testing. And the one that I landed on at the moment was Apricot Privé. It's light, it's fresh, it's fruity. It's not heavily floral, which I greatly appreciate. It does have some jasmine in it. It has some white floral, but what you get is the fruitiness and those earth notes. They really come through. I was open to experimentation. So I asked the employee who was working the fragrance section what they recommended as like a unisex but fresh, something not too musky, not too floral. And they sent me towards Acqua di Giorgio by Giorgio Armani. I don't know how they captured the smell of salt water, but they did. It feels like being next to the ocean. So after having these for a couple of weeks and really just falling in love with them, these days I'm not wearing fragrance for anybody but me. Even if I'm not leaving the house, I will put a fragrance on because it makes me feel good and I enjoy smelling myself throughout the day. And if you're a fragrance fan, you know what I mean. Well, after falling in love with Apricot Privé and learning that Fleur had a massive Black Friday sale, as well as a holiday candle set, my little brain went, all right, let me look. I saw that they had a Current Crush candle, and I looked at the notes, and I was like, I need this. So I bought it. It's right here. It does not come with a lid. I wish it did. It doesn't. However, the jar is beautiful. The candle itself, I don't love. I wish I did. It's so sweet, and it's unlike their body fragrances, really strong. Like it hits you in the face. My filming room is like 10 by 12. It's not huge. And this candle, if I just leave it open, will make the air in here so strong, so sweet. I had to steal a coaster from a mug and I keep that on it. It is holiday. It's kind of cute. I think I might put this away and save it for the summer. I think this is going to be a beautiful summer candle, especially for burning in my living room, dining room, and kitchen. Along with that candle, I bought 2 more fragrances and I got a freebie and then a sample. Father figure. I didn't know I needed this. I really didn't. This is the one that I really had to spray on myself, walk out of Sephora, get into my car, and realize, oh, I like that. And I kind of want to spray it all over myself. I bought I am more than happy to buy the travel size because I don't have that much space to store big bottles of perfume. And the travel size is $25. The big bottle is $100. For 75% off, I was more than happy to get a travel size because it means I can try a lot of their little fragrances and they're so much easier to just toss in a bag. They did not have this one in a spray. This is the Somebody Wood oil. I don't know how to explain this, but I have been mixing it with these two, especially Father Figure. Let me pull out the packaging and read all of the notes. Here are all the boxes. I save the boxes because it makes it easier for me to remember what I have purchased, because this is over the span of like 6 weeks. This is Sephora sale. This is birthday. This is Black Friday. It's all of that stuff. Yay! The Current Crush candle. The notes are mandarin, rhubarb, and red currant. Those are the top notes. Heart note, passion fruit, cassis, peony, and rose petals. And the base is moss and musk. I think if they had taken out the peony, it wouldn't be as cloyingly sweet as it is. Apricot Privé notes, top notes, apricot, plum, and cardamom. Heart, jasmine, absolute peony. Base, agar wood, tonka beans, sandalwood, and laudanum. So it is very earthy, but it's still got that jasmine, which I normally don't like in fragrance. It is very elegant. It seems to be really intently formulated. I feel like Fleur puts a lot of thought and a lot of care into their fragrances, and I wish they'd done the same with that candle, because that candle is beautiful. Father Figure. Top notes, water lily, lush fig, and cassis buds. Heart notes, orris root, iris flower, jasmine dew. Base notes, skin musk, vanilla Madagascar, patchouli leaf, and sandalwood. With the exception of the water lily and the sandalwood, this covers all of my bases. This is what I like in fragrance. I like earthy notes, but I don't like things that are too floral or too sweet. And this just glides that line right in the middle. I could totally see somebody who's non-binary, somebody who identifies as a male. This can go on anybody, and it'll still be a really nice fragrance. Somebody Wood. This is the rollerball oil, so it's a little more concentrated than the fragrance. Top notes, bergamot, lemon. Yes, please. Yes, please. Heart notes, jasmine, saffron, cyclamine. I think that's how you pronounce that word. Base note, sandalwood, vanilla, musk, amber, moss, and cedarwood. Love it. This is a sexy fragrance. And then with my order, because I spent so much, they sent me a freebie of Lost Cause, which I knew nothing about. If you are a fan of the Giorgio Armani, you might like Lost Cause because it's got a lot of those same watery notes. Top notes, Italian bergamot, cassis leaves, crisp apple, rhubarb, fresh heart notes, fresh freesia, jasmine, lily of the valley, and then the base is orris concentrate and vanilla orchid. It's fresh, but it does have a bit of a floral undertone, but it's still very close to the Acqua di Giorgio. The fragrances, though, those are where it's at. Moving right along. I don't know if I can really necessarily consider this part of my haul, as these were ordered back in August. Yeah. These are the Finding Ferdinand and Khaki Reviews Beauty cream blushes that were on back order for like 2 months. And they finally arrived beginning of November, end of October. I should have listened to my gut and just gone with the beiges because those are where my heart lies. These are so nice to layer. to contour with. The formulas, I'm not going to swatch them here. I'm actually going to do a swatch inventory at the end of the year, which will probably go up sometime in January or February. But you'll see all of my blushes, all of my makeup swatched out. I should have listened to my gut and just gotten the beige, but I also have very poor impulse control and was seeing the corals all over social media, and my brain was like, you do look good in coral blush. You might need to buy those. And I was like, okay. I like them a lot. Does that mean when her next collection comes out, I'm going to buy all of the blushes? I don't know. But this is 6 pots of blush, 6 pots of cream blush. What we have to remember is that cream products go bad. They go bad a lot faster than powder products. So we have to be mindful of what we have and how quickly we can use it up versus how long it's going to sit in our collection. But these are lovely. Look at those together. They literally match my backdrop. I also did something I rarely do, which is I bought a set of minis. I have over the years been trying to absolve myself of this idea that a pack of minis is better than a full size because then you get to try a lot of stuff. And yeah, that is an idea, but then you're only going to like a couple things out of that set, and you're going to be stuck with all these dinky little things until you just decide to declutter them. My reasoning. So I bought the 5-pack Pillow Talk set from Charlotte Tilbury. It came with a mini lipstick, which is just ridiculous. The mini lipstick, it's a toy. It's something that's going to get kicked around. I have a little basket on my desk where I keep lip products. It'll live in there. I'll use it up. You know, I may have to project pan it or force myself to use it up, but mini lipsticks will get finished. This was on my wish list / in my cart. And when I saw that it was in this set, I was like, okay, well, I can get 2 of the products that I want for less than the cost of them together, which may sound strange, but I wanted to try the Charlotte Tilbury eyeliner in Pillow Talk. I'm wearing it today, and I have to say, it did not stick over here. My eyes have been really runny and really watery to the point where I've been having trouble with makeup just sticking in the tracks of my tears. Apologies to Smokey Robinson. The other product I really wanted was the Matte Beauty Blush Wand. I have one of these in Pink Pop, and it's huge. There is so much product, I don't know that I'm ever going to finish it. So the mini was perfect. And had she put out a set of mini blush wands, I would not have waited till the sale. I would have just bought it. Because these are beautiful. The formulas are great. I do like the innovation with the packaging, with having this twist so that your product's not drying out. But the full size is just so much product. I don't know that I'm ever going to finish it. This I will finish. And then I got 2 products that I'm okay with. One of them is the Pillow Talk lip liner, which I'm wearing today, and is the exact shade of my lips. So if I want to line, if I want to overline, I can do that very easily with this. And then I got a mini of the Pillow Talk mascara in black, which I've used it before. It's fine. The one that I really wanted was the one in Dream Pop. So I bought the full size of that one too. And I'm wearing it with the eyeliner today. And it's beautiful. The mascara is a really lovely formula. I like that the wand has this nice flatness that you can actually apply the product and then you use the edge to comb it through. And I got a lovely burgundy splinky lash today. I'm really happy with it. So this little Charlotte Tilbury set, we'll see what it's worth. So I know there are some products in this set that I'm going to use and love and finish. And I like that. I have no qualms about purchasing this set. The only thing I'm a little, why couldn't they give us a full-size lipstick? Nothing in this set is full-size. They could have given us a full-size lipstick. Just saying. Okay. Finding Ferdinand, along with the cream blushes, sent 2 tubes of their mascara. I got 2 because I placed 2 separate orders. I placed an order for the brown blushes, and then I placed an order for the corals. So in each order, I received a tube of mascara. I'm good with tubing mascaras for the next 6 months at least. That's fantastic. I have not tried this formula. I'm excited to do that. I did actually pick up a full face of base products, which when I was going through all of my stuff, I was like, wait, I can do an entire face, which I did today, and I'll go through everything I put on my face. First thing I put on was the RMS Re-Evolve Radiance Locking Primer. I don't know how I feel about this. It's got a nice blur. It's got a lovely amount of blur to it. But it feels like I'm going through it really fast. It also feels like I have to use a lot to cover even half of my face. It squirts out in tiny little bits. I'm a little bit confused. I'm also... RMS is trying to do a thing where their packaging is reusable, and I appreciate that. The environmentalist at heart in me really appreciates that brands are trying. However, this is a lot of plastic, and eventually it's going to break. This is a lot of plastic that I don't know. So the cartridge has a recycling symbol on it. That tells me that when the cartridge is empty, I can throw it in my everyday recycling, and it should be okay. I don't know about this guy, but I like the concept. I'm just not sure I like the execution. I'm also wearing the Exa green color corrector. This came from a small order that I placed to Credo Beauty, which is where I got the Mob palettes. And I got another product I'm going to talk about shortly. I have been warming up to green color correctors ever since I came to the realization that the darkness under my eyes is in fact redness. And once I started canceling out that redness before I put on my concealer, my under eyes started looking like they were part of my face, which I want. I don't want my under eyes to be a different color, to be super brightened. I just want them to look like the planes of my face. This color corrector is intelligent. I used quite a bit on my left cheek today, and it doesn't look weird. It doesn't look like I'm somewhere in Shrek's bloodline. It just blends in, and it doesn't complain. It takes stuff on top of it really beautifully. So I am impressed. I am excited to keep playing with this. I will probably call this the end of the road for my L'Oreal green color corrector, but I'm going to do a declutter later on, and that's when that decision will be made. This is the product that took, I had to buy this 3 times in order to get the right shade. And by buy this, I mean take it to the store and exchange it. I originally ordered a lighter shade. I think I ordered like N80, and it was white. It was white on me. It was very, very light. Did not look like my skin at all. I went to the first lightest cool tone shade. And that was a little better, but it wasn't all the way. This shade, which I believe is C180, perfect. Wearing it mostly under my eyes, on my nose, and down the center of my face. And then I have the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin in shade 2 on top of it. And I just use the smallest amount of this. I squirted out a bit and dotted it and then blended it in. I love my base today. It's so pretty. And part of that is this. So this is the Givenchy Prism Libre setting powder. I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, this is in shade 3 Voile Rosé. The way that I have lately been using this is by keeping the puff in place, turning it over, giving it a good tap, and then turning it back and taking what's on the puff on a brush. Because I don't want a ton of powder on my face. I have dry skin. I don't want it to look like I have dry skin. I don't believe I can use this under my eyes. I've tried it with several different concealers and it just kind of grabs into my fine lines. I'm 41 years old. That's going to happen. This is nice. I like it. I'm still learning how to use it. It seems a little fussy. That's my only problem with it, is trying to get powder out and get the right amount is a little fussy. But I got a mini of the Fluff Up Brow Wax from Benefit. It's what I use in my brows first, and then I go on top with the Make Beauty pencil. And I really love the results. It's super easy. It doesn't grab on to the pencil. It just gives them something to stick to. Just gives pencils or any other colored products something to hang on to. I got, let me just stack these up and I'll show you. I got some blushes. So let's talk about the one that I'm a little iffy on right now. This is from RMS Beauty. This is their Living Luminizer Glow Quad. I have heard about their Living Luminizers since I started watching YouTube 5-6 years ago. And I saw this and my little hamster brain that likes shiny things was like, we need that. Let's buy it. You need it. You want it. The issue I've had is using it on top of even just creams. I try to put this on with my fingers because that seems to be the only way to use it. These are a balm, so they need the warmth of your finger for them to work. So those are all 4 of those swatched. I try to lay these down in my highlight area and they've been picking up product. These may be a no makeup highlighter, something I can just throw on, a little concealer under my eyes, throw this on, throw a little cream blush, brows, mascara, and be out the door. I will obviously keep playing with this and keep experimenting with it and figure out a way to work it into my makeup collection in a way that is going to be organic. Also from RMS, this lovely lady came into my life. This is Maiden's Blush. I am primarily wearing this. I'm wearing a little bit of the lightest beige from Khaki. I'm wearing Latte. And then underneath this, I have the Giorgio Armani Silk Blush in shade 11. Let me know if my backdrop is distracting from like the colors of the makeup. So yeah, I bought the RMS blush in Maiden's Blush. It's beautiful. It may be my favorite thing that I have purchased. No, it's not. It's not. It's one of my favorite things that I purchased. We're going to talk about lips at the end. Anyway, I bought 2 of these Giorgio Armani blushes. They had a duo on the website and it sold out before I could get to it. So I said, screw it. I'm just going to buy 2. So I bought shade 11, which is this mucky coral beige. And then I bought shade 50, which is this beautiful iridescent pink. Now, I will say the pink has a fair amount of glow to it. So I have to be careful how far in I bring it because I do have some visible pores and texture. And this does kind of bounce off of that. It's still really pretty. Oh, I got another Bare Minerals highlighting blush. This one is in the shade Rose Glow. I already have Opal Glow and I'm wearing that one today just because Rose Glow is very cool toned. It's got this almost blue reflect and it was just too much for my face today. but these are so pretty. I want them all. I at least want peach glow next. I got the Milk Makeup, what is this? Bionic Glow Highlighter in the shade Virtual. I remember Kaki mentioning this and talking about how she didn't understand why this was sold in a much larger tube than the blush, which is considerably smaller. This is meant to add things. This is meant to be added to your foundation. It's meant to go on as a primer. It's meant to be added to your skincare so that your skin just has this effervescent glow that's not really clockable or detectable on the skin. I'm still figuring out how I like to use it best, but I do enjoy it. I do really like it. And one of my favorite products of all time, I had to replace. I had to replace one of my absolute favorite products. This is the Ritual Defy Inner Glow Cream Pigment in the shade Lust. I've had this for years. It is my OG Raisin makeup product. And I adore it, but it's starting to smell a little bad. It's not quite got that lavender freshness that a new one does. It's starting to smell like the waxes are turning and that it's possibly getting ready to go bad. And while Credo was having a sale, I said, okay, I'll replace it. I picked up a brand new one. I had this for years. I used it constantly. I still didn't finish it, but I hit pan. I intend to do more damage to this one. I'm not precious about my makeup. I want my makeup to end up looking grubby and used and has pan and fingernail marks. That is it, except for lips, because I did buy some lip products. The first one I bought, I think this is one of the Afterglow lip shines. I don't remember the name of the product. It's one of these thin NARS lipsticks in the shade Devotion. So what I'm wearing today, it's a slightly cooler toned beige. And I feel like with the burgundy mascara, I wanted a cooler toned lip to kind of pull everything together. It's lightweight. It feels like nothing on the lips. It does not have a whole lot of staying power. I've been talking for almost an hour and I've already reapplied once. It goes on beautifully and it's a really lovely color. This was my birthday present to myself. I have decided going forward every year from hence on. That's not right. I have decided that every year going forward on my birthday, I'm going to buy myself a fancy lipstick. So this is one of the Gucci Satins in the shade Tasty Hazel. And she is brown. So pretty. Like I said, you will see everything swatched in my swatch inventory. I'm really glad I have this, and I'll probably wear it when I go out tonight. And then, I let Kaki Reviews Beauty influence me again. She is a terrible influence, but is an awesome influencer. This is one of the YSL Candy Glaze. It's in shade 15, which is a nude. And it really is a beigey coral, beautiful nude. I slide this on and it feels like my lips are getting a hug. And I can totally see how one would finish one of these in a very short period of time because mine is about a third of the way down the tube already. This lives in my handbag. So that is my haul. That was a massive, massive beauty haul. That will do it for this haul video. I hope y'all are having a fantastic day, whatever you're doing. I hope you're taking care of yourself and taking care of each other. And I will see y'all in my next one. Bye, friends. Est-ce que tu as un miroir, s'il vous plaît? Yes! Groucho agrees.